Have you ever been drunk or high and came up with this truly amazing idea, but then became sober and realized it wasn't as amazing as you thought it was? If so, what was the idea? Turn signals on grocery carts. And horns, and knives. Sounds like a Karen mobile. I made a soup sandwich while really high before. The soup obviously just destroyed the bread's integrity, and just fell out the sandwich. That was the first time in my life I realized just how dumb I am. Don't be so hard on yourself. I mean, bread bowls exist. Basically the same thing. I got really high once and went to record my thoughts in my voice recording app like I usually do. It wasn't until I went to save and title it, I realized that I had actually called a local pizza joint after hours and left them a voicemail. Okay, hear me out. Go to your local bar and get plastered. Then go to LensCrafters and get your eyes checked. They will fix your double and blurry vision and give you a pair of glasses. So when you get drunk again you can put on your... Wait for it. Drunk goggles trademark. King Kong but with a giraffe. King Long. I thought it would be practical if you would have a tag with your address written on it attached to your keys, so if you ever lost them they can be sent back. Seemed brilliant to me. Thieves might enjoy this idea as well. My bank does something cool that solves that problem, a keychain with a dog tag that has a specific code that the bank registers to your address. If you lose your keys, anyone who sees them can throw them in a mailbox and they'll be sent back to you. Once, while thoroughly drunk, I ordered a pizza and it arrived overcooked. Crust was like dried asphalt and the toppings blackened and singed. So I pitched the idea to my other drunk buddies that pizza places should let their customers control the pizza ovens through the internet, so we can decide when it's done. Which then lead to an entire design your own pizza machine / website combo, where one could control exactly how much of each ingredient to add using robotic arms and you could watch it cook live through an oven cam. Seemed brilliant at the time. When a football match goes into extra time, they should add a second ball. If it gets to halftime without anyone scoring they add a third ball. I'm actually not sure this idea is a bad one. Beer rocks. When drinking at an outdoor place, using plastic cups, you put fancy rocks in your beer so the cups don't blow over. Genius. I was thinking the kids these days need more time on the road to be better drivers, so maybe Uber should partner with driving education groups and subsidize them or pay the kids in college bonds or whatever. Yeah, maybe hiring a bunch of terrible drivers for your taxi services isn't such a great idea. I thought of something that I thought was the funniest a video or comic where one guy takes a pepper packet, opens it, and pours it into his eyes. When his friend starts freaking out, he goes, haha, trick you, it's actually salt. Sugar bags. Like tea bags but for sugar. Tea and 2 sugars. 1 tea bag, 2 sugar bags. As we were stoned as fuck, my cousin holding up an empty tea bag filled with sugar and me trying to carefully tie it back up with a piece of cotton, my cousin disappointingly says sugar cubes. I had this idea that the Taken films should each focus on a different set of skills. Like Liam Neeson could be an amazing chef in Taken 2, and perhaps a postman in Taken 3. One time I woke up in the middle of the night with an idea. A revolutionary idea. Something I needed to write down as fast as possible so I wouldn't forget. So I wrote it down and went back to sleep. I woke up, looked at the piece of paper, and all it said was Pennzoil Mini Wheats. I've never quite figured out what I was thinking. Universe balloon theory. Big bang happens, universe dies out, unfathomable time passes, cataclysmic event occurs, and another big bang happens. Rinse and repeat. My friend is a lawyer and when he was in law school did a summer internship to Ghana studying international law. We were like 2 blunts deep and he came up with the brilliant idea to make chairs in Ghana because everyone he saw there was just sitting on the ground. He was convinced we could have made a fortune selling chairs. I ran upstairs and yelled at my husband, why don't they make mittens for feet? And he said, you mean socks? And I said, oh yeah, socks. Not me but Paul McCartney. The first time he got high he apparently discovered the meaning of life and immediately went to write it down. When he woke up the next morning he looked at the paper and it said there are 7 levels. I thought I invented breakfast tacos. When I shared my invention with my friends, they asked me if I intended the wheel too. Running for my local school board. I had a lot of issues with the way the education works in our country and believed the best way to fix the system was by running an honest campaign and promising to fight for the change that would help kids learn better. Ultimately, I sobered up and realized at the time, unemployed, stone 24-year-old with no kids was not the best candidate. A thing you put on the laptop charger thing that gets hot, which keeps your cheese dip hot. You know what? Now that I use a laptop and know how hot the battery can get, you just might be on to something. X-Acto spoon. It is an X-Acto knife, only a spoon. My notes app is full of liquor/wheat-soaked epiphanies and revelations from my younger years. My favorite reads, "Any boy that has the pineapple is a good boy." To have a fast food spot that sold frozen meals already cooked. Like you can order a heated up Hot Pocket, toaster strudel, chicken pot pie, etc. That would be called Applebee's.